The Roman Empire, one of the most formidable empires in all of history. But were they the strongest? And in this tab's battle, we're gonna get an answer to the question, are the Romans all they were made out to be? And the first army that the Roman Empire is going to be facing is going to be the Crusaders. This is the combined forces of all of medieval Europe, and they have come knocking at the door of the Roman Empire. In the front line, we've got some flame archers here that are hopefully just gonna damage the formation and scatter the troops. We've then got a whole row of heavy knights that are going to be charging down that formation. We then have three separate formations like this of just regular foot soldiers here, followed up with some archers right behind them. We then have some even more heavy armored cavalry back here. And last but not least, we have got the medieval king, and he is here to coordinate the battle against the Romans. As for the Romans, we have not one but two different ballistas here. We once again have the reappearance of two ranks of the special forces. We then have our front line, which is made up mostly of our chod units. We've got the foot soldiers out front with the missiles down behind, but the rank behind them is Praetorians and Praetorian missile infantry, so these guys are the real heavy hitters back here. We then have some Roman archers either side down here, and behind them we have ourselves a couple of centurion soldiers. Last but not least, we have the emperor and his Praetorian guard all the way down the back here. And as I'm sure you can already tell, this Roman army is not to be laughed at. But neither is this Crusader army. So who is going to win this first battle? And are the Romans going to hold on to their reputation as a mighty empire? Well, let's start the battle and let's find out. Okay, we have the special forces going against the heavy Templar cavalry. And surprise, surprise, all the special forces are dead. And oh my god, this special forces guy is actually not doing too badly. Let's have a look over here. It looks like the Templar Knights have managed to breach the front lines here. It looks like, no, they have. The ballista is down on this side. It looks like we have the beginnings of a fight over here. The Templars are very much stuck on these horses, and the Roman Praetorians are beginning to make it into the front line. The majority of the standard Roman infantry, as well as a couple of centurions actually, are dead. I believe this ballista over here has also been knocked down, and in the Templar Knights go. Let's see, are they going to... Oh my god, they're burning in an inferno caused by their own flame archers. But look, it looks like the Templars have actually taken down the Emperor. The Emperor is dead, and it looks like actually these Templars not doing too bad a job here, but it looks like the Praetorians and the Praetorian Guard are making short work of them. Now remember, we've got almost entirely Templar archers left. We've got centurions that don't have shields, but almost all of the rest of these Roman units do in fact have shields, and these guys are going to make very short work of the rest of these Templar units. And it looks to me like the Roman faction has put a stop to the Crusaders, and they have been sent packing back to their medieval kingdoms. So that is one victory for the Romans to no losses so far. Let's see if they can continue this streak against the next empire. Now, one of the biggest empires in all of history is about to go up against the biggest empire in all of history. That's right, it's the British Empire. Now, we have got three different formations of cannons with riflemen. The first of which is here, the second of which is here, and the third rank all the way back here. Now, there's also going to be two lines of cavalry back here, and these guys are going to be going in with flintlocks and also sabers. Now, this is some pretty modern technology compared to that of the Roman Empire. These guys are only like 200 years ago compared to 2,000 years ago. So let's see if the Roman Empire can stand up to the British Empire and their advanced technology. Alright, let the battle of the empires begin, and the first shot going in here. Wow! That cannon breaking off and cutting a hole down that entire formation. It looks like the special cavalry, all of their horses are dead, but it looks like this guy's actually taken down a couple of the British cavalry, which I'm pretty surprised about. However, a couple more British cavalry are around the corner, but they are being taken down by arrows and spears. Let's see how this cavalry over here does. I imagine, is this spear gonna hit? Is this spear gonna hit? Oh my god! What a throw. That was incredible. It looks like these guys have just been caught out in the open, and actually they've made some pretty short work of them. But it does look like the British have still in fact got 2 whole cannons left over here, and actually quite a lot more muskets down the back. These Romans are gonna have to do something about this really, really quickly. They're gonna have to close the distance here, otherwise cannonballs like that are going to delete them. But let's see, this guy here has just thrown his spear. Is that gonna take down the cannon? Oh my god. Oh, it was a great throw, but not quite. And the cannon has taken yet another shot into the Romans. Okay, 1 cannon is down. 2 cannons are down. The Romans are slowly making their way in, and the Brits are trying to back up as far as they can, keep the distance in between them so that they can get as many shots in as they can. Look how many there are back here. It is by no means a done deal, but the Romans definitely closing a distance here, and the Centurions are in. As soon as the Centurions get into close quarters combat, it's all over for the British, and there we go. It looks like the Romans have taken yet another victory, and it looks like this time the Emperor actually survived, but that is 2 wins to the Roman Empire. They have taken down the British Empire, and they are holding up their reputation as a strong army within the world of Totally Accurate Battle Simulator. Now, we've already seen the Romans fighting against 2 great armies from very organized and disciplined regions, but now we are gonna put the Roman Empire up against the Native Americans. Now, these guys don't have any formal fighting formations, but they do have a great diversity in equipment. They have a bunch of guys with shields. They've also got a lot of spear throwers. They've got some archers. They've also got some people with muskets, and they of course have their incredibly overpowered war chief, if you remember from a previous video. Now, that means that when these guys have archers, they've got muskets and spear throwers, they're going to be throwing in from a bunch of different positions, which might just give them an advantage over the Roman Empire. And also, because there is just so much range and then just a bunch of barbarians and shields, these guys really could actually do quite a lot of damage to the Romans. So let's find out who is going to be stronger. Is it going to be the Native Americans, or are the Romans about to get a hat trick and secure their 3rd victory in this tabs battle? Alright, here we go. The first musket shots are all going in, and let's have a quick look what they're doing. Wow, they have actually smashed through those formations and bounced off of the last shields here, doing quite a lot of damage. And look, the special forces already being cut down. But what we are more interested in is this war chief. Let's see how much carnage this war chief can do. How long is he going to be alive for? And oh my god, he's gone down already. Romans making very short work of him, but look just how many Native Americans there are here. And look what I mean about how many different angles these guys are firing in from. They've got their muskets all the way down the back. They've got their archers down the middle, and then they've also got spear throwers in between that. So these guys are going to have all different areas covered, but it does look like whilst they have the range advantage here and then some, it looks like the Romans are making short work of the natives' melee units. Look how many native melee units have gone down in the middle there. In fact, actually, it looks like all of the native melee units are down, and the Romans are storming in, and we're about to have a repeat of the last battle. In fact, the Emperor, so confident is he that he's actually gone in for the first-person combat. Wow, he actually got some good kills there. But there we go. Once again, Romans making short work of the natives, and they have secured their 3rd victory. And actually, that is almost certainly their most convincing victory yet. But who is going to be the next contender? And for challenge number 4 against the Roman Empire, we are sticking with the American theme. We have got the American Civil War, and this faction here is going to be packing a whole lot of muskets and revolvers. These guys are in 2 different lines. Each one of these lines has got 2 ranks to it. We've got 1 forward formation here. These guys are all going to hopefully get at least 2 shots into the enemy. They're going to be getting motivated by their officer units who are either at the side or at the back of the formation. And as for the rear formation, it's a slightly smaller line, but these guys in fact actually have the American general and his officer units either side here. Now, hopefully by the time the Romans have made quick work of these guys, it will allow these guys to then get multiple more shots off whilst the Romans try and close the distance. But really, this battle could go either way. Alright, here we go. It looks like the battle has begun, and the first musket shots are going in. Let's watch these as they hit the special forces. Oh, it looks like a few of them are actually going to miss, but there we go. All 3 horses are immediately dead. Let's look at these front lines. Wow, the Civil War faction has made quite short work of that entire row of them there. That was absolutely brutal. somehow it looks like... No, the ballista's down as well. Is the other ballista down? It looks like both ballistas are down. And these guys are going to be holding formation. It looks like some of these special forces actually somehow managed to survive that. And we have some dead Civil War infantry here. But it looks like the majority of that line is both fully alive here. But it looks like these guys are reloaded once again. And their shots are going to be doing absolute carnage back here. Okay, this actually really could be a shot for the Civil War faction to win this. I know a lot of them have just died there. But remember, we've got an entire new row of them back there, including the general. Let's see what these guys back here can do. Are they reloaded? Have they already shot? Come on, guys. You're going to need to shoot very... No way. Those Centurion units are so bait. That is ridiculous. Those Centurion units have got projectile block on them. And I can't believe how many of those musket shots they managed to bounce. Okay, oh my god, they're getting clobbered by shields. I was quite hopeful for that one, but it looks like the Roman Empire has yet again bagged it. I don't believe it. I didn't think it was going to be a wipe like that, but it looks like the Romans have gone 4 wins and 0 losses so far. Now, next up to face the Roman Empire is going to be the Viet Cong from the Vietnamese War. These guys are about to give the Romans a good old taste of guerrilla warfare. They have all come charging out of the tree line completely unannounced. The Romans were expecting a pitched battle down the middle, but of course, this is the Viet Cong, and the Viet Cong don't do pitched battles in the middle. They have, of course, ambushed from either side out of the trees. Now, bear in mind that these guys are going to be packing LMGs. We're also going to have a bunch of pistols and AK-47s. We've also got people with grenades. Yeah, it's fair to say that these guys here are going to put up a pretty big challenge to the Romans. Are these guys going to be just too advanced for the Roman Empire? But the one good thing the Romans have is they all have these massive metal shields. Will they be enough to stop the bullets from the light machine guns? I suspect probably not. Well, let's get a definitive answer on that. And as we can see, the amount of bullets going in here from the Viet Cong is insane. These guys are going to punish the Roman Empire here. The ballista's going down. Although these guys all have parry abilities, because there's just so many bullets coming in for them, they're all just being like recoiled to the back line here, and they're making no ground whatsoever. Now, normally these MG42s are basically completely ineffective, but I feel like against an almost entirely melee-based opponent, I feel like they're gonna be pretty effective. Okay, let's just watch this in real time so we can get an idea for just how much the Viet Cong are punishing the Roman Empire here. Look, in fact, actually though, I'll tell you what, these guys are actually the Praetorians. They have a lot of health and they have a parry ability. These guys are actually making it in to take down a couple of these units over here, but it is almost certainly not gonna be enough. In fact, actually, I tell a lie. I actually don't believe this is happening right now. I absolutely cannot believe this is happening. This is why it's called Totally Accurate Battle Simulator, because it's not in any way, shape, or form actually accurate in the slightest. Would you look at this? The Roman Empire is about to take down a modern Viet Cong. Like, good lord. Would you look at that? Is that now 5 straight victories for the Romans here? I think we might need to call in the Spartans again. Now, something that you guys might not know is one of the only peoples to ever stand up to the Roman Empire was actually, in fact, the Scottish. Then known as the Caledonians, the Romans actually built a wall across our entire country to keep us out. And they said that we were such savages that there was no way we could ever be civilized. And frankly, they were not wrong. And so there is a reason why we now choose to take the Caledonians and face them off against the Roman Empire. These ancient enemies, the Romans are going to get a run for their money against the ancient Scots. Come on, lads, make me proud. And in they go. Look at the Caledonian horde charging in. They are going to make very, very quick work of the special forces, the very, very special forces. And in they go. The Caledonians are against the chod from the Romans is out the front. Let's see what these guys can do. They made some seriously quick work out of that. Axes going flying. It looks like they got round the side here though, but it does, however, look like they're up against the elite Praetorians out here, and even the Praetorian guards and the Emperor himself, as well as the Centurions. So let's see how the Caledonians can do here. Can they break through the lines? Now remember, historically, the Caledonians did actually push back the Romans, not through any pitched battles, but just through a series of guerrilla warfare-like raids. They managed to push them back and put a stop to the Roman invasion of Scotland. Oh, but would you look at that? No. I really thought they were gonna have a shot there, but no, they were overwhelmed. And somehow the Romans did manage to beat back the Caledonians this time, and they have managed to secure themselves a 6th victory, which is absolutely outrageous. Now, this Roman army has now won 6 battles in a row, and that is not insignificant in the slightest. And as a result, they need a real contender here. So we once upon call forward the Spartan king Leonidas and his Spartan hoplite army. Let's see if the Spartan warriors can repeat what they did in the last battle against the Romans, as these were the only guys so far in the previous video they have managed to take down the Romans. Are the Spartans once again going to prove themselves to be the most formidable warrior culture, or are the Romans going to redeem their previous defeat and finally take down the Spartans? Alright, King Leonidas throwing up his sword, and in the Spartan hoplites charge. They are going to be getting led, of course, by yet another big head, and let's see these guys storm in against the Roman auxiliary cavalry. These are the special forces, and remember, these Spartan warriors have been hand-trained from birth to murder, and look how quickly they trampled those guys, and in the front line goes the Spartan warriors making first contact with the Chod, but now they have found themselves the Praetorians. The Praetorian Guard and also the Emperor himself are also in the thick of it. Down here is the Roman army finally going to meet its maker, and oh my god, the Emperor just got absolutely abused in the center, and he has been murdered and put to sleep in only a matter of seconds. It is an actual mosh pit in the middle here. Now, we do have some guys either side. We've got some Centurions stuck behind the ballista. Once these Centurions get in, they're actually going to do some pretty big damage. They're seriously dangerous units. And oh no, it looks like the Spartans have moved away from the mosh pit, and in they go. However, there's not that many Spartans left. Is King Leonidas still alive? I don't see King Leonidas. I think that King Leonidas has somehow been killed in this massive mosh pit of bodies, and therefore we are down to just Spartan hoplites. Let's see if the Spartan hoplites are going to be able to take down these guys. Okay, it's pretty much all of these guys, including the Centurion over here, against these Spartan hoplites. This is going to be a really close battle, actually. Dare I say, I think that oh my god, I genuinely think the Romans might win this. Let's see how quickly. Can they deal with this Centurion? Okay, I think they killed the Centurion, but we're down to one final Spartan, and somehow the Romans have actually taken down the Spartans. So it looks like these guys are going to need the rematch, the third and final battle at some point soon, to determine really who is the best ancient classical empire. And that is going to be the end of that tab's battle. The Romans getting 7 straight wins, which is complete and utter madness if you ask me. If you've not seen my last tab, Spartans versus all empires, I would definitely recommend it. That will be in the card in the top right corner of the screen. If you haven't subscribed, do subscribe. Do it right now. Hit that bell icon as well. And don't forget to leave a like and a comment down below to help out with the algorithm and to help the channel grow. Thank you very much for watching this tab's battle. I will catch you again next time.